Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have before us another interesting question to dissect. It's square root of 9 plus 40i. So let's see how we get the solution to this particular question. Please, if you are coming across my channel for the first time, please subscribe. And then if you're a returning subscriber, don't hesitate to like my video, give me your comment, and of course share it. Thank you. Let's get started. So we have a solution. So I put down the question. I will say let square root of 9 plus 40i equal to x plus yi. All right. That is the first thing to do. So we are going to assume that the square root of this is x plus yi, where I is the complex number. All right. So from here, we can now say take square of both sides. Take square of both sides. So once we take square of both sides, we have square root of 9 plus 40i all squared equal to x plus yi all squared. As we all know, square and square root will cancel out each other, so we have 9 plus 40i equal to x plus yi squared. So I'm going to expand this right hand side, so I'm going to get 9 plus 40i equal to x squared plus 2xyi plus yi squared, and then we have x squared plus 2xyi plus y squared I squared. Of course, we know that I squared is minus 1. So this becomes, the equation now becomes 9 plus 40i equal to x squared plus 2xyi minus y squared. So I can rewrite this further by saying 9 plus 40i equal to x squared minus y squared plus 2xyi. So from here, comparing both sides of the equation, compare the rational with the rational and the complex with complex. Or let me say comparing the real and the real parts of this equation. On the right, the real part here is x squared minus y squared, so that will be equal to 9. So if we compare real and real, x squared minus y squared will be equal to 9. So let's call this equation 1. And we can also compare complex and the complex, that's the imaginary part. If we compare the imaginary part, that means that 2xy will be equal to 40. Let's call this equation 2. So from here, what I'm going to do is that recall that if I have a plus b squared, this is the same thing as a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, from which I can get a squared plus b squared to be equal to a plus b squared minus 2ab. So I have this. Recall also that the square of a difference, this is the square of a sum. Recall also that the square of a difference is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And then from here, I can get a squared plus b squared equal to a minus b all squared plus 2ab. Plus 2ab. Now, if we look at this and this, you will find out that they are equal. So we can set them to be equal to each other. So that means that a plus b squared minus 2ab will be equal to a minus b squared plus 2ab. So if I make a plus b squared the subject, so what I'm going to get will be a plus b squared will be equal to a minus b squared plus 2ab plus 2ab. So that will give me a minus b squared plus 4ab. So it means that a plus b squared, that's the square of a sum, is the same thing as the square of a difference plus 4ab. Plus 4ab. So now I'm going to be making use of this now. And so I'm going to come here and say that a plus b, I hope, okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply this now here. And this is how I'm going to apply it. So what this means is that from here I can say that a plus b squared is equal to a minus b squared plus 4ab. Okay, now we know that what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a substitution and say let a, we're going to say a should be equal to x squared and y, and b to be equal to y squared. So if this is the case, let's substitute x squared and y squared for a and b in this identity. So we have x squared plus y squared all squared will be equal to x squared minus y squared all squared plus 4 times x squared times y squared. So this will give me x squared minus y squared all squared plus, so I can factor out this to 2xy all squared. So now you can see from equation 1, x squared minus y squared equal to 9. So we have that to be 9 squared plus, from equation 2, 2xy equal to 40. So you have 40 squared. So it means that x squared plus y squared all squared will be equal to 81 plus 1,600. All right. So from there, x squared plus y squared all squared will be equal to 1,681. So the square root of this, so x squared plus y squared will be equal to square root of, because of the way the question is, we are just going to take the positive, the positive value. Okay, so that will be 1,681, which will give us 41. So I'm going to call this equation 3. So let's call that equation 3. So from equation 1 and equation 3, if you bring equation 1 and 3 together, okay, let's bring equation 1 and 3 together and solve using simultaneous equation, elimination method. So we have from equations 1 and 3. From equations 1 and 3, equation 1 is x squared minus y squared equal to 9. And then equation 3 is x squared plus y squared equal to 41. First, let's solve by adding. If we add these two equations, we are going to get this y squared will eliminate, the minus y squared and plus y squared will cancel out each other and eliminate to 0. So, and then we are going to have 2x squared equal to 50. This is 50. So that means x squared will be equal to 25. Then x will be equal to plus or minus square root of 25. And so x will be plus or minus 5. Alright, so that's by adding. If we go ahead and subtract, so we're going to have x squared minus y squared minus x squared plus y squared. That's subtracting now. Subtracting, we're going to get, this is equal to 9 equal to 41. So subtracting that, will leave us with minus 2y squared equal to minus 32. And this will give us y squared to be 16. And what does that mean? It means y will be plus or minus square root of 16, which is plus or minus 4. Alright, so having gotten the value of y and that of x, we can go ahead now and say that from there, from that end, we can say that since the square root of 9 plus 40i is x plus yi. So let's look at this first one. If x is positive, y is positive. So that means that this equation will become, the solution will become 5 plus 4i. If they are negative, then we will have also minus 5 plus minus 4i. So if we combine both of them, you will see that this particular one can actually give minus 5 plus 4i. Okay? So if we combine the two results, we can conclude that, therefore, square root of 9 plus 40i is the same thing as plus and minus 5 plus 4i. So guys, there you have it. Please like, share, and then of course subscribe if you are visiting for the first time, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.